Happy holidays! It's time to join Paul Wharton's family and friends as they share special tips for a beautiful holiday. And you're going shopping with Paul at Mosaic District to get last-minute gift ideas and a perfect holiday look. All of that and our special guest, Tyra Banks, right now on Paul Wharton Style. Merry Mosaic!
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to my holiday special, Paul Wharton Style, Merry Mosaic. The holidays are the perfect time to reflect on what's really important to us. For me, it's all the people right here in this room. My family, whether by blood or blessing, they all have a special place in my heart. And as you'll see, they bring a little something special to our holiday gatherings that result in a whole bunch of fun. A mosaic is made up of a lot of little pieces that come together to make something beautiful. The glue that holds our mosaic together is love and compassion, and that is my wish for you this holiday season. So, hey family.
Hey!
So Mom, are you ready for the holidays?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yes.
You got all my gifts?
Every one of them already wrapped and under the tree.
All right. As you all know, I have 3 nieces, and they are all here with me today. So, Sienna, my little baby.
Hi.
Sienna, what are you most looking forward to this holiday season?
Well, I like spending time with my friends and family and celebrating Christmas.
And Nadia, my now 13-year-old niece, today's her birthday. Nadia, what do you have on your Christmas list?
Well, I have Just Dance 2014 on the Wii, a One Direction CD, Uggs, clothes, and jewelry.
And then I have, of course, my first niece, Shanasia. So you're home for the holidays, niece.
Yes.
Did you miss your mom's cooking?
Oh my goodness, did I? Yes, I did.
How are those grades looking?
You're looking good.
All right. So we're gonna have some fun, do some shopping, and give you lots of cooking, entertaining tips, and so much more. But before we do, I'd like to acknowledge my partner in the fight against hunger, the Capital Area Food Bank. DC is ranked number 2 in the nation in child hunger, second only to Mexico. I'm the ambassador against hunger at the Capital Area Food Bank, and we love your support. Please check them out at capitalareafoodbank.org. And my beautiful godmother, Marcia Dyson, I want to know what's on your mind this holiday season.
Paul, I'm so glad that you mentioned those people who don't have the joy that we shared with your niece, her birthday, your younger niece who talked about her wish list for Christmas, because there are so many, as we know, in America and throughout the world who won't experience the joy of Christmas that we're doing today. And I think that if we really think about the spirit of giving and the spirit of Christmas, it's about the goodwill towards men and peace to all. And the only way that can really be experienced, not only during Christmas time, but every season of the year to make it really joyous for others, is when we're committed, like you're committed, to food banks, to shelters, to the homeless people, and those who are without and those in poverty, which are pervasive right now in our communities everywhere. So Christmas for me is about people on earth who have big hearts, who are joyous hearts, like your mother and all the other guests that will be on your show today, to give constantly so that we can have this real message of Christ's life, which is this goodwill toward men. And only then can peace be great and our joy be eternal.
We'll be right back.
Paul Wharton Style Merry Mosaic is brought to you by Mosaic District, Washington, D.C.'s most unique curated mix of retail, restaurant, and entertainment experiences. Premier Eco Paints. Discover the adventure of color. Conquer Beauty. Online at conquerbeauty.com. And the General Motors Corporation.
I'm Paul Wharton, and I'm going green, starting right here at home. When it was time to paint the walls, I chose my friends at Premier Eco Paints in Capitol Hill. They use products that meet or exceed environmentally determined testing standards and are environmentally preferred over traditional paintings and coatings. From a simple start to a premier finish, they can help to make your color process simple and safe for you and your family. Going green is the new black. Get started today by calling Premier Eco Paints. So before you get too comfy by the fire, there are probably a few more gifts you need to check off your list. I don't know about you, but I like to go to one location where I can shop for gifts, food and wine, have lunch, pamper myself. catch a movie, and have a good time. The Mosaic District in Fairfax, Virginia is all that and more. And that's the place that I'm taking you shopping. First stop, Capital T.
I'm a 5th generation tea merchant. We're essentially a 0-calorie candy shop. We have some amazing blends that are perfect to give as gifts or just to have around the house for the holidays. So the first item I'd like to show you is our sampler set collection. It is perfect for people who you don't know what teas they enjoy, but you know they like tea. We have a holiday sampler, which has some of my favorite holiday teas: figgy pudding, Oh Christmas tea, gingerbread rooibos. We also have a classic tea sampler, and because we are in DC, we also have presidential blend. And this we blended for the inauguration of President Obama. It has black and white Kenyan tea, Hawaiian fruits, and blue cornflower petals for the blue states.
With our new teas in tow, we're on to our next stop, Dawn Price Baby. You're the expert in what's hot for kids. So what should we be buying this holiday season?
This holiday season, we have all of your classic gifts, books and toys. We have these wonderful footies with Santa or the holidays, and of course, who wouldn't love a little beautiful silk dress?
Very nice.
And of course, you have to have something for Santa. Over here, we have our more traditional baby gifts, newborn gifts. We have rattles and pillows that all can be embroidered and customized and specialized for your little one.
What perfect treats for our tots. Thank you, Dawn. And now, on to the next spot. South Moon Under, the perfect place this holiday season to shop for gifts. And you know you're my girl, right?
Oh, yes.
Marie knows all about what to get, and now I need her to tell me, and so you will know. What's happening here? What do you think is really good this holiday season to give us gifts?
Reversible bags, looks like leather, feels like leather, but $68. We have jewelry pieces like House of Harlow, Nichelle. You can get initials for your loved ones, and then all these fun little, hamsa and love necklaces. Lately, everyone's been going crazy about all these fun, cozy socks. Great gift ideas. This is Fraser Fur, great Christmas scent, and then all these Volu Spa holiday sets.
Oh, I love this.
Yes.
I love those candles.
And if you're on a budget, you can split them up. These toms we got in for the holiday season. These are lined. They feel like Uggs inside.
They do?
Yes, super warm. We do have solid colors. Don't forget toms. When you buy a pair of toms, another child in need gets a pair.
So great gifts at South Moon Under.
Yes, all different prices.
We're getting stuff. Thanks, Marie.
Thank you for coming in.
Of course. So my sister Holly does an amazing job as a working mom with 3 kids, making everyone happy on Christmas Day. Holly girl, how do you do it?
You know, Paul, there's really no secret to what I do. What I do is I set a specific budget for myself. I take all the guesswork out. I ask the girls exactly what they want for Christmas, and then I shop according to that plan. I start early. I don't get into all the Black Friday hype. I shop online a lot and I search for sales. So that's just it. There is no big formula or no big secret to it, but with proper budgeting, a proper plan, everyone is happy for Christmas, especially me.
So whenever I need advice on my life about anything, my business, my personal life, I call my dad. So I wanted him to share some wisdom with you guys. Dad, you're now a granddad. What are some of your earlier memories of fatherhood around Christmas time?
Well, Christmas was always a big thing at our house, and your grandmothers, your grandfather, and now that I have grandchildren, then we have the same tradition. Plenty of gifts, plenty of food, a lot of laughter. Same tear open the gifts, but Christmas is a special time of year.
So for some of those fathers out there that are wondering how they're going to make Christmas work for their families?
Well, for all you young fathers out there and brothers and sons, keep one thing in mind. Giving of yourself is the most important thing for Christmas. So as you look down that long list, and I'm sure you have it, you'll find that your time and your presence is going to be a lot more important in the long run than some of those toys.
For the guys in your life, check out Federal.
Most of the brands that we carry in Federal are classic heritage brands that have been around a long time, and they're harder to find. They're not in a lot of bigger stores. We carry stuff from Baxter of California, different pomades for your hair, Retailer Bond of London, just a very classic cologne. The other brands that are really popular is the Royal Lime. We carry a lot of made in USA denim, and we carry Pendleton is one of our best-selling brands. Great brand out of Portland. Other items that we love, Filson bags, travel with these all the time. Great bags, handmade, lots of work goes into making these bags. From combs to grooming to clothing. Come check us out this holiday season and look forward to seeing you.
So after you spend your hard-earned money buying the perfect gift for the people in your life, you want to give it to them in a beautifully wrapped package that looks outrageously fabulous and expensive. But in reality, maybe it's not. The answer for me is my mom, and I'm gonna share all that gift wrapping wisdom with you. So Mom, what are your tips for making your gifts look so beautiful?
For one thing, use what's left over from last year. We call it regifting sometimes. And when other people give you some things, you can use them and pass it on. For example, for Nasia, foil is a little harder to work with than regular paper, but it's worth it because you got the shimmer and the shine of Christmas in foil. And then all I took was just a bow and bowed it, and then put a nice large ornament on it. Simple. It took me all of maybe 1 minute. Asiana has another lovely gift. This is actually her gift. She doesn't even know it. But but it's something so nice and Christmassy, and you just have your bow, and I take little bows, you know, leftover Christmas ornaments, and place them on the ribbon, and just put a bow on, and it's done. Okay, so that way they get like a nice little ornament that they can hang on the tree next year, and they get a lovely gift inside. When we're in a rush and we're winding things down, the quickest and easiest way is getting a bag, putting your gift in there, and putting some tissue in there, and just attaching a little ornament that's a keepsake.
I can tell. You do a lot of those like on December 24th. They go in the bag.
Yes, and it works. And it's wonderful, okay? So, son, now I have a request.
Oh, what is your request, Mother?
You know, I love Christmas music, and I love to hear you sing, and no one knows you can sing.
Oh my God.
So I want you to sing a song for your mother. And the song that I most want to hear is Baby, It's Cold Outside.
Mother, I knew you would ask me in front of all these people. Okay, y'all want me to do it? But baby, it's cold outside.
Coming up, Paul gets you ready for your out-of-town guest with his friends at Timothy Paul Homes. I love oil. And decorator Charlotte Reed shares even more tips on how to make your home beautiful. Coming up on Paul Wharton Style Merry Mosaic.
It's okay to be a flashy person in a conservative town, but never hide who you are. Style with substance goes a long way, and that's why I think the Cadillac ATS works for my lifestyle. It definitely has flash, but it's smart and responsive. To me, confidence is the new black, and the ATS just has it. Check out your area's Cadillac dealers for a test drive today. Cadillac, the new standard of the world. So opening our homes to guests during the holidays can range from a 2-hour cocktail party to guests that stay for an extended period of time. So you'll need to prepare your home so that your guests are comfortable and you can relax. Check out what our Mosaic District friends at Timothy Paul Home, Olive Oil, and Swirl and Sip shared about holiday entertaining. So we have out-of-town guests coming.
Okay.
I need gifts for them, and I want my house to be luxurious and comfy and cozy.
What I like for the holidays is something silk, a little dressier. It's a Dupioni silk, and then it's trimmed in a little velvet band. You can see it has a little contrasting color here in the envelope.
Okay.
And they're made here in the United States, which I really love. You might want to also add some new tableware, you know, some new table runners, some new mats. These are really fun. They're called Dahlia, and they're circular, and we actually like to layer them over your rectangular mat.
So this, you start with this.
And then you layer that on top.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So this is perfect to spruce up our homes. We've got the pillows, we've got the throws, we've got some tableware. What about gifts? Any hostess gifts?
We have some fabulous gifts for
great.
holiday. I love these little vases. These are porcelain vases. They're great in a set of 3 or even by themselves. You can put like a little sprig of herb in there or a little flower.
Now, are these soaps?
They are. They look like chocolate, don't they? These are great little guest soaps. You know, that way you have an individual soap. You put them in the powder room. They make great little gifts. You're coming over to someone's house.
Excellent. Thank you, honey.
Thank you. Okay, great.
Next stops, swirl and sip.
We got 2 wines that we recommend for the holiday season. First is a Pinot Blanc from Alsace, France. You get a lot of citrus, lemon, and grapefruit flavors, some apple, and it pairs well with shrimp cocktails, raw oysters. Also goes well with ham and turkey. Next up we have a Cabernet, and it's from Napa Valley. You get a lot of black fruit flavors, you get some blackberry, you get some plum. We recommend this wine for some of the heartier dishes during the holiday season. So pot roast, stroganoff, but it can also go well with aged Gouda and some charcuterie.
Now, the 2 things that you're going to want to think about when you're planning a party is first, the wines have to be accessible to a broad range of palates. Everybody is a little bit different. You have your wine connoisseurs in the crowd, you have people that don't know much about wine, so you need to please everybody. But also, since you're buying a lot, you need to make it low price. You don't want to break the bank with 1 bottle of wine. So we definitely have to have a sparkling, of course. You got to do the champagne toast, but champagne is usually kind of expensive and not everybody likes it, so we definitely recommend Prosecco instead. Prosecco tends to have a little hint of sweetness, not too much that the connoisseurs are going to say, oh, this is sweet, but just enough that people who don't usually drink sparklings can find it really pleasant. So then after the toast, some people are going to want something a little bit more substantial, and Malbec is always a great choice. It's a very popular wine because the flavors are very accessible, it's nice and fruity, but it still has a little bit of unique characteristics that some other major red varietals don't have.
Delish. With our palates pleased, it was time to move on to olive oil and vinegar.
Culinary delights, I think, are kind of a trend now. People are tired of getting stuff they have to dust and wash and clean and iron and all of that. And so having unique foods to take as hostess gifts, to give to your friends, or even for your own entertaining is something we're finding a lot of people love. And we have a great selection of things, everything from our premium olive oils and balsamics that we package beautifully to give to the real foodie in your life. A little bottle of olive oil with a darling little book with olive oil tips. This is something that's really special, and it's a little jar of truffle mostarda from Italy. We also have beautiful culinary items that go with food, like this Hungarian blown hand glass cruet from, isn't that beautiful? That
It's
holds
gorgeous.
both vinegar and olive oil.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This is 100% beautiful pressed cotton,
Okay.
but they're disposable.
They're disposable.
So this is a roll with perforated little cocktail napkins.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
And we also have in this line dinner napkins and placemats. The point of these is that you can dress an elegant table with nice fine linens, and then at the end of the night, scoop it up and throw it away.
So olive oil is the place to come for the foodie in your life, huh?
Yes, give food for the holidays.
Give food for the
Because
holidays.
food doesn't love that.
Well, I love you. It smells wonderful in here, and I'm buying quite a few things.
Thank you for being
I'm
here.
ready to shop.
We love it.
So I consider myself a natural born party planner. But when I want to take my events to the next level, I call my very good friend, Charlotte Reed.
So today we're just going to do some very simple things to enhance this table and just show our guests what it's like just to have a wonderful tablescape at home.
Well, that sounds fantastic, but this is kind of taking my attention over here. Did you buy this for me?
Actually, I bought that because I knew that you would be with me today, so we needed our super size.
It's about the right size.
It is,
It's about the right size,
absolutely.
Charlotte.
So this is really just a
Yeah.
simple setup. The point here is just to show that you can use different glasses in the same setup.
Okay.
Just using a very simple flower and some cocktail napkins to show your guests, to welcome them when they first come, and make it festive by just dropping some fresh cranberries and a lime, just to give it a nice holiday feel. One of the first things that I love to do is something very simple. These are just fresh cranberries poured into any cylinder, add some water, and we're gonna add a floating candle on the top of
very
that.
nice, okay.
And that is going to be a very simple way to bring some
Wow,
color to the
nice,
table.
Charlotte.
And next we're gonna add some decor to our candelabra. And that's really gonna give us a chance to
Very
enhance
nice,
each one of
okay.
these. And we're gonna slide those down the candelabra.
This is a
candlesticks.
really inexpensive way to make this
Very inexpensive
really
way,
pop, right?
less than $5. And we do
Nice.
that just to add a little more glamour to the table. And then another simple touch I thought would be fun is if you have guests coming, you can get ornaments with their initials on it so that they know where they're seated at the table. So that's it, very simple. All we did is just add some texture, add some color, and really made this tablescape come to life.
Charlotte, those were amazing tips.
Thank you.
You know, you give the best tips, but you also look really good.
Thank you.
I don't know if you all have noticed, but Charlotte's holiday look is completely together. I visited 2 more of my friends out at Mosaic District, Salon Nordine and Bella Cara, and they gave you some additional tips on your holiday look. So I'm at Salon Nordine at Mosaic District, and I'm here talking to Rachel, who is getting us going on the perfect updo.
So a good base to an updo would be a good blow dry. What I did with Tara is a good round brush blowout. So we're gonna take the curling iron out and we're gonna set her hair all over. That's also gonna help with volume, and it's gonna help so that the curl lasts all day.
You look gorgeous right now. Okay. Diana, you have this hair sectioned off and pulled up into this beautiful ponytail. What's next?
So right now I'm gonna braid the hair into a fishtail braid.
So then you take the fishtail and are you gonna wrap it up or are you gonna let it hang
You can
down?
do either one. If you want
Okay.
more of an edgy look, you wanna leave it down. If you want more of an updo, roll it around the hair and pin it up.
So you did the finished updo on Omira. Can you please tell us how you did that?
Sure. Today we decided to give Humaira a nice, elegant updo for the holidays. So we started with roller sets to create volume on top. Then we sectioned the back, and I curled it with the big curling iron. And then we pinned them together to create this nice flower chignon. And then after we took the roller set, we teased the front a little bit and the top to create volume.
It's
and
beautiful.
Then we just like pin it together. Looks great.
What I think we should do usually is add a little sparkle, a little pump up the lipstick a little bit, some ethereal glow to the skin, just to kind of take you from workday to holiday. One of my favorite products I like to use is by Stila. It basically is a liquid eye primer that we're just going to dab onto the eye, and then I'm just going to place the shadow right in the center of the lid to where I like it, and then you just very lightly press it in to the lid. So you can see that definitely says holiday, and it's really easy to do, and you don't have to take off anything because it just sort of adds.
When we come back, Paul's in the kitchen with Chef Rod Palmer preparing a delicious holiday meal, and at a Cyclone restaurant at Mosaic District discovering some festive holiday cocktails and tasty dishes. Stay tuned.
Our Paul Wharton style pet care expert, Christina Robinson of Barclay Square Pets, is here with some great gift ideas, like this custom basket from Barclay Square. I love it.
We've got our special Barclay Square bacon and cheddar bones. This is sure to any dog that has discriminating taste, like Oscar.
But you also have a heart-healthy blend.
Yes, no soy, no wheat, ready to give any type of dog that has any type of food allergies.
Christina, thank you so much. Also check out Christina's spa in Falls Church, Virginia. We'll see you on Christmas Day with your happy pet. So food and drink are at the center of most of our holiday gatherings. I need to talk to my niece about this. She's a college freshman, but she can cook. Most people think that college students cannot cook.
Well.
But this girl, she throws down in the kitchen.
Oh yes, that's right.
So Anasia, tell them about one of your favorite side dishes you make during the holidays.
Well, one of my favorite side dishes would be rice pudding. It's a family tradition. You just have a little egg, just some cooked rice, some butter, some cinnamon, some nutmeg, a little bit of raisin to enhance the taste, and there you have it.
Oh my God, that is fantastic. Well, Anasia has the rice pudding covered, and our friends at Cyclone and I have the cocktails. Hey, Alex.
Hello, how are you?
I'm great, how are you? So, what do you have?
Well, here, the first one is the Naughty or Nice Martini.
Okay, so this has pear juice, a little tequila,
A little vodka. And it's topped with ginger beer.
Ooh, I love it, and the ginger beer. Okay, this is my holiday cocktail. What else do you have?
Here is our Mexican eggnog. It has horchata milk, spiced rum, and it's topped with a little bit of cinnamon clove and some nutmeg.
And it tastes like a pie with liquor. I love it. Now, I don't think I can drink all this and not eat anything.
No, you have to eat.
And this is Cyclone Anaya, so is there some food going on up in here?
We have some food.
This is one of our signature dishes, though. This is something that will definitely keep you warm, both in the belly and make you feel very warm-spirited. This is our tortilla soup. So it's got chicken that's been roasted down with some cheese, crispy tortilla chips, avocado, and then a very flavorful tomato soup that goes on top. This another one is one of our more unique dishes that I thought you'd like is our crab nachos. So jumbo loaf crab on blue corn tortilla chips with blackberry fried beans, a little bit of white cheese and some roasted corn. And then this one will warm you a little bit differently. This has a little bit of spice to it. So it's our beef enchilada, our crispy taco with a little bit of spicy seasonings, and a beef chalupa. This is one of our Tex-Mex combination plates that we do as well.
I really do love these cocktails, and the food is amazing. Thank you for coming to town, Santa Claus. You really did me right. So Chef Rod Palmer is in high demand with his catering and personal chef business, Palette Panache, right here in DC. So today he's gonna treat us to a non-traditional holiday menu.
I want you to get started on the squash.
Okay.
The squash, we're gonna add to it some olive oil, some salt, some black pepper, and some rosemary. And then you're gonna stir that together and then put it in this baking pan. We're gonna put this in the oven at 375. Midway, we're gonna take a spatula and stir it up and flip it over, and we'll add some balsamic vinegar to it, which will give it an extra little kick. The next dish we're going to prepare is the tenderloin. I've dressed it with a little bit of olive oil. So what we're going to do is take our favorite steak seasoning. It can be whatever you like to season a steak with.
All right.
We're going to sprinkle that liberally over the meat.
Okay. Both sides.
Both sides all the way around. We're going to put that in the oven at 375, just like that.
All right.
The next thing we're going to do is start the mushroom sauce.
Okay.
We've got a pan. We're going to put a couple of tablespoons of butter in it.
All right.
We're going to add some fresh garlic, half an onion. You don't want to overcook that, just to get the flavors moving through it. And then we're going to add the portobello mushroom. Stir that around. And then we're going to add a glass of red wine. You're going to stir that all together. Keep it on high for a couple of minutes, and then we'll turn it down to simmer while we're doing
wonderful.
The last dish is the warm kale salad. I guess this was about 1.5 pounds, maybe 2 pounds of kale.
Okay.
I've run it very quickly through a food processor.
Nice.
So that you get a very fine shred to it. The first thing we're going to add, though, is some garlic. Very quickly sauteed and simmered. We're not going to cook all the nutrients out of the kale. We're going to just keep it as green as possible, make it a nice, pretty dish. We're going to add some lemon juice to it. As I stir it around, we'll add some more kale. Get that all sauteed up, only about 5 minutes. And now, if you'll just sprinkle these pine nuts all through it.
Very nice, I will do that.
Pine nuts, that'll help it cool down. They were toasted briefly in the oven. And then we're going to add about a cup, 3/4 of a cup of cranberries. And then we're going to add shredded Parmesan.
Beautiful. And look at this. We have our butternut squash, our warm kale salad, and the piece de resistance. Big old piece of beef tenderloin. Looking so good. Well, looking at people like you, it's the holiday season, and we think, well, wait, is Tyra really eating? Does Tyra eat? And I know you do, girl. So tell these people, what are some of your holiday favorites when it comes to food, and how do you really get it going on in your kitchen during the holidays?
Yeah, so I love the holidays. It is a time that I do indulge, and just like a lot of people at the New Year, I like flip it and I like get really healthy. So I love turkey I like dark meat turkey, you know, I like dressing, I like gravy, I like macaroni and cheese, I like candied yams. I mean, I go for it at the holidays, but at the top of next year, the Tyra Banks company, my team, we're all getting together to get healthy. So we're indulging over the holidays, and then top of New Year, we're going to cycling classes together. We're gonna get healthy together.
That's awesome. So I was wondering, if we were at your local mall looking for a good sale and trying to check things off our holiday list, would we see you at the mall doing your holiday shopping?
The mall holiday shopping, to be honest, I am that Christmas Eve girl.
Okay.
I am the girl that is there on Christmas Eve, and it's actually not that crazy. People think that everybody goes on Christmas Eve. No one goes on Christmas Eve. I buy gifts for nieces and nephews and little cousins and things like that. Christmas Eve is the secret. I'll see somebody in the mall on Christmas Eve.
Okay, so you heard it here. Definitely check Tyra out on Christmas Eve. Well, this is a very joyous time of year, and thank you for spreading that wonderful message. Tyra Banks, the fabulous supermodel. Thank you, Tyra Banks. I want to thank you all for joining us here on Paul Wharton Style Merry Mosaic. Happy holidays and spread the love. Mwah.